6D diesels. So today we're going back to Will It Start, and Timmy Time is on the way with a top quality turd-based purchase that he's picked up off a face tube marketplace, isn't he?
He is.
The man has some Bedford buying disease. It's a treatable syndrome apparently, and we do need to get him some counselling. So he spotted a cheap Bedford CF. I think we could only call it an ex-hippie mobile, couldn't we really?
Yeah.
It's one of them horse box, got a chimney conversions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heatery thing
in it that had been left to grow in a hedge. So he decided that he had to have that, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then everyone's just going to think all we do is stand around drinking cups of tea, you know.
Well.
Let's go back in and get on with it as well.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Here it is.
Our top quality Will It Start for the day is just arriving on a lorry. And she is a machine of beauty.
Yes.
I mean, this is quite high on the turd spectrum.
This is top quality turd.
Apparently, we're not allowed to be really rude about it.
No, we've got to be.
Got to be obviously that this is quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, I hope the handbrake works.
I was about to say we were a bit worried about it. Someone living in it. I reckon that'd do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, have you seen the stars and the stripes on it? God. And it's got some shine.
The wood burner, the best bit they took out.
They took the wood burner out.
They took the wood burner out.
Stephen got shot. Have you got the rest of the shiny chrome hubcaps?
Look at that.
Did you not read the advert then? Because I've taken it out. It's didn't read the advert.
Oh.
Come on, we're away. Where's your face? You what? Cover it. On the bed.
So did he pay you to take it away, or did you have to pay for it? Is it diesel?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a petrol one.
Oh.
You've got it in gear, ain't you? Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I mean, how far did you have to go for that? Oh. So we've had our top quality delivery, as you will have seen, and what we have here, that's a CF2, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's got a big plastic grill, and I'm sure somewhere it says CF2.
CF2, yeah.
It's not quite as nice as the four-wheel drive one we did a while ago, which admittedly does belong to the same person who also owned the little white van I did. It's right. Timmy Time, and he's got a CF-based problem. So this is a CF2 350D, isn't it?
It is.
So that, as far as I know, you can tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure someone will, is a 2.3 naturally aspirated Opel diesel. Timing chain, mechanical pump. And I mean, we had one of these when I used to work for an Ifor Williams dealership called Toller Trailers. My Lord.
It's an experience.
It was a painful experience. They used to make us take it to Taunton Livestock Market every Saturday. We had to put an Ifor Williams or cattle trailer on behind on the hook, and then a trailer on the back of it. Mm-hmm. You could have rode faster. I hated that thing. And then it died, and we ended up with an LDV 400 series with a Peugeot turbo diesel in it, which actually at the time, compared to the, seemed quite fast. So, we have a cunning plan. Now we're pretty sure, I suppose we really ought to data check it. Do you want to see when the MOT expired using your mobile telecommunications device?
Okay, right, let's see.
I mean, we could try and find, has it got a tax disc? It's got a tax disc. So according to the tax disc, this was on the road in December of 2012.
Ooh.
So that means it's been off the road for 12 years.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, no, not 2012. So yeah, we're 2023 now. 11
years.
11 years. Coming up 12. When did the MOT expire?
Right, let's have a little looky. Right, let's get that on there.
And what we've got to discover is whether it failed one, that's why they stopped using it, or it just...
722.
It was playing house.
November.
It is actually quite amazingly structurally sound. Not that I like.
Oh, this vehicle's MOT has expired.
Funny that.
It expired on the 2nd of March 2016. 2016.
Oh, so she has been on the road. I mean, it was 2012 when I suppose 2012 was when they cancelled tax discs, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's when it all went
We could put that,
digital.
we could put that tax disc on eBay because, you know, they're worth money.
They
Remember
are.
everyone thought it at the time and everyone was trying to sell fucking out-of-date tax discs.
That's right, that's right. But yeah,
Right.
2016.
So, I think what we need to do, we need to open the hood of Green and Nastiness. I mean, we ought to bring the good YouTube people in here for a look, because I have noticed one minor problem that we are going to need to deal with first. Yes, I'm assuming there should be an airbox of some description. No, that can't be the airbox, because that's just going directly out through the front grille. I mean, unless that's one of them, I'm assuming that could be described as forced induction.
Forced induction to get the...
Let's bring these good people in here, and then they can look at the quality of this machine. Right, so we thought we'd give you, so look at that grille, she's minty. So this thing is pretty structurally sound, apart from the normal long-term parked up stuff. Now, there's definitely some grain rat-based stuff there. Now there is the powerhouse of a 2.3 diesel, but she seems to be missing any description of air filter, but someone has put some gloves and a big load of electrical tape over the air intake, which is good. So if we go zoom right down in there, we've got some more rodent-based stuff, and Fudgy did just find that there is something furry and dead down there. But we're going to leave all of that alone. So what we need to attend to is oils, coolants, throttle linkage, possibility of a fuel-based supply, and we'll go for a tour around the outside, because we've lost Fudge. He's in the hippie kingdom that's inside of it. So, I mean, it's actually quite tidy inside. I mean, it's got a bit of rust there, but the bottom of the doors aren't bad. Doesn't seem to have one of them ignition-based key things, but it has got some top quality switches, we are assuming, for the starting of it. It's showing the heady heights of 26,000, hang on, let me see if I can wave that in there. 26,740 something, 49 point something miles, so we're assuming that's 126,000 miles. Difficult to tell really, because the seat is still here. It is the 5-speed variety, and in there are the other two chrome hubcaps for it. We've got the service history, unbelievably, over there. This bit we found floating on the bonnet, so we chuck that in there. And we have got a top quality Goodman stereo and a clock, but we shouldn't need to touch the sort of doghouse area of it at current. We're going to try and crack her into life without getting in there. And have you seen the one speaker stereo in the roof? Well, it wouldn't be stereo, would it? It'd be mono, because it's only one. So, come back here for... Now, down here we've got some excitingness going on, because we've got one of them plastic wrap fuel caps and an orange bag. Chrome wheelie trims. And then we have got stars and dirt. We've also had some... Oh no, it isn't a replaced panel, someone's just painted that one. Come round the back. We've got the full height tailgate. Do you think we should open the tailgate, Mr. Fudge? Because I reckon there's going to be like a whole house front popping out from behind there, don't you?
Well, I've just been in there.
Yeah.
And it looks like either the world's smallest, narrowest shower, so you'd be kind of like...
Ah, or it's a front door.
Or it's a front door.
I think it's got to be done. Right, hang on a minute. Let's put the camera down and we'll set ourselves up for this gloriousness. Right, are you ready? Do you think this actually... I don't know whether this will open or not. That one does. Yeah, push.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh. There's probably going to be like a hot tub attached to it.
There might be. Oh. What have we got here? Is this a patio? Oh, look at that! Do you ever get the feeling that someone might have lightened the tailgate a bit too much? Just stand there a minute. Look, I told you I've seen some stained glass windowage.
Ooh.
That's obviously for your hanging baskets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. It's quality. Oh, hang on a minute. I've done it now, haven't I? hang on, I've got it. There it is. Look at that. Stable door and all. I mean, you could be fucking forgiven for thinking that this was a country cottage, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Good morning.
We need to go and park this by Stonehenge, you know, we'd fit in.
We do.
We haven't quite got enough air, that's the trouble.
Well, you have.
We're not being horrible about your hair. Mine was brown once, you know. It was blonde when I was little. Right, I think we need to shut this back up because I suppose we could show them what's inside, couldn't we?
We could.
We could. I'm going to go and get a camera.
Quite an extreme paint job going on.
It is an extreme paint. There's all sorts of excitingness going on inside. Right, so for full effect, we thought we'd let you in to the house side of the CF. So here we go. Now we've got some cladding on the roof. We've obviously got some description of... Yeah, I don't really want to touch that. Nothing against the people that owned it, but more the fact there's been so many rodents in here. I mean, look at that for a bespoke. I'm assuming that's where the cooker went. That's cooker, because Timmy was terribly upset because he didn't read the description and it didn't come with the wood burner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So we got the wood burner stand, and that looks like the top of a traffic. That's a traffic cone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's top quality. I mean, I know traffic cones are renowned for their abilities of resisting heat. Christ's sake, we have quite a nice orange box going on there, and we've got the slidey windows now. That full country effect.
And we've even got some literature super glued to the side of the wall.
Why have we got?
It's like a horsey magazine thingy, booky type thingy.
Why is that stuck to the wall? Why would I don't want to know. What is? What do we reckon? What's in the cupboards? Oh, because that's like a hay rack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a hay rack or a luggage rack? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you would have put your bales of hay up there, wouldn't it? So the horses have something to munch on. It's just
Yeah, but you
steaming
wouldn't
down
have
the
thought so,
road.
they'd have had to have taken that off and putting it back on. I mean, that's almost an LED light up there.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is like, when it's clean, it's like a
Skylight.
skylight.
Yeah.
Right. I think, Mr. Fudge, that what we need to do is get out of this. Yeah, you're going to have to. Well, yes, you'd say there's obviously something a bit wonky with the springs on that, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm in fear of getting thrown over the front of this.
Well,
Bedford
yes,
CF.
luckily, hang on, I'm a right fat get, so if I stand on it like that,
Yeah,
you'll be
it should be
absolutely
safe.
fine. Right,
There we
round
go.
the front. Right, Fudgy, you go and fit the battery.
Yep.
I'll go for you battery fit. I'll go for fire test. So we'll see if any fire appears. Probably in the cab might be best.
Yeah.
And then we'll go for coolant, oil, pull stop. It looks like it's got a pull to stop lever, doesn't it? And then we might just put a battery on it, char on it for a life and
See if there's any go.
Go.
But we'll have to remove that glove stroke air filter.
Yeah, I don't quite know what that is.
No.
Do we reckon? I reckon the air filter's probably in the manifold, is it?
I don't know actually.
Probably is, isn't it? I bet you that comes off. It's bolted between the two. That's why it's loose. Dad, learn something every day. Anyway,
Every day's a school day.
I'm not taking that off because that's all covered in rat doofus. So we're going to throw that bit in there.
Right, I'm going to chuck the battery
You
on.
chuck the battery on.
You have a
I'm
look
going
for
to
any
pull the
smoke
dipstick.
signals. Right.
Oh, I've got the oils.
Have we?
Yeah. Smells a bit funky, but it's definitely oil. Actually, it's really clean if it's oil. It's really, really clean. That's weird. I can't think it can't be diesel getting into the sump because the tank's too low. No, oil cap's as clean as a whistle.
Okay.
We've even got the coolants. I mean, it's brown and manky looking, and this pressure cap's rubbish, and it's got half a cobweb and a lot of spidery nastiness attached to it.
Right, we have a battery.
You have a battery, right?
Kind of
I'm going to go on fire,
wedged into there.
I'm not sure I want to sit in this. My God, there's a lot of spidery stuff in here.
Ugh.
There's no fire though.
No.
So that doesn't do anything. So we have nothing
Right, let me see if I
See if you...
give the terminals a bit of a...
I'm not turning the blower heater on.
Right, let's see if we've got any terminals going on. Might need a bit of a cleanage.
Perhaps the mouses or the rat finks have eaten the power wires off the engine. Oh. Ah! There's a starter motor in here.
Oh.
There's a starter motor in here and the doghouse ain't attached. Right, hang on, I'll just flip the dashboard. Oh, there's all sorts of nastiness in the dashboard. Yeah, the reason we better take that positive lead off a minute,
Okay.
because we haven't got a starter motor.
Oh, it's got one of them immobiliser things.
Well, it's got a live lead touching onto an engine.
Oh.
So I think we're quite lucky that we didn't end up with a lot of fire there.
Smoke.
How do you get that out of there? I remember having this trouble last time. Right. Great. There goes our hopes. There's the live lead just there touching the gearbox. Ooh, that was quite lucky, wasn't it?
Would you have no boom
a
shakalaka?
smelly rat-infested doghouse?
It's lovely, isn't it?
I don't ever give you anything.
Oh, well, these gifts you are spoiling me.
Right. Now, we are assuming that this bit, no function.
Oh.
So I think as qualified, competent mechanics, we're going to have to go beat on that a bit.
Yeah.
But I have a funny feeling I've got a Mercedes 609 starter motor, like 609D with the old ancient diesel in it, that looks very, very much like this. It's about the right size.
Didn't we have a starter motor kicking around? Wasn't there a spare one or something?
We don't do Bedford stuff, do we?
No, but I mean with Timmy's other van. His other
I don't think he's had a
CF.
diesel one for ages. I mean, because I have a feeling these things were pretty much renowned for not being terribly good starters. I mean, it was the sort of light a bonfire underneath it on a cold day type of thing.
That's it. Warm it up.
Warm it up. So, I mean, the other choices, we could put a tyre on it and we could go for a towing-based experience.
Oh, chugga chugga.
I think we try fixing the starter motor.
I think so. Just in case the brakes are no working, we have to
I
try and
haven't
stop.
tested them. No, there's a brake pedal.
Oh, brake pedal.
We know the handbrake works because Toby had the handbrake on the lorry and then
As
it
it
did
was
roll off.
squealing away, wasn't it?
We've got throttle edge. These were very tiny ones. I mean, I'm a pygmy midget. My
I
head's
can see
touching
your
the-
head's touching
touching
the-
the. Yeah.
Touching the roof line.
So what do we reckon? 26,000 miles or 126?
Wow. Since she's in such a mint condition.
Well, but it isn't really. I mean, it would. I don't know. It's got some holes in the. I reckon it's 126,
126.
which is pretty high mileage for a CF.
Yeah.
But she is the 5-speeder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh.
That means you could probably hit the heady heights of 45, lit up like a good one.
I mean,
Downhill with the wind behind.
Obviously, they've gotten to that speed because the
Yeah, don't you go ruining that mouse-infested top-quality door pocket, because that is free-floating.
that's
all
a
right?
free floater.
Right, let's stop ruthlessly taking the piss out of Timothy's top-quality. I mean, I did not. Did you ask how much he paid for this?
No, he wouldn't say.
He wouldn't say.
He wouldn't
He's probably
say.
embarrassed to.
He probably paid way too much for it.
Right. would you have a starter motor?
Thank you.
Weighs about 4 tons. Doesn't work. Right, let's go and.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Bloody hell.
I know.
Right.
So what we've got to ascertain now, before we go any further with this vehicle, is whether this is any good. It doesn't look very good because the back's all rusty. As to whether this starter motor functions or not. Give, thank you. Dropping cleaning products all over the place. So, what we're going to do, got a jumpy jump start pack. We'll see what happens. Well, start mode works!
It works.
Yeah, why would they have taken the working... Well, the motor works, I bet you the solenoid doesn't.
Ooh, bloody does.
Language.
Oh, pardon-moi.
Pardonnez-moi.
Excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi, monsieur. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Right,
I
so
would imagine they obviously removed it because it's such a top quality piece of equipment. They didn't want anyone stealing it from them.
Or this is the replacement.
Yeah, they got too baked to fit it.
Oh no. They're nice people, apparently.
Yeah, I'm
Nice
not saying
people.
that.
No, we're only taking the piss. We don't
Yeah,
dislike
yeah.
anyone.
No,
do
we don't. We don't. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yeah. Yes. Right. So it would appear that this works.
So we might get a boom shakalaka
Broomy.
broomy broom.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really do... It's not my... I don't really want to strip it and clean it and put it back together again. No. There's no point.
We just got to find some bolts, chuck it in the hole, and because I'd imagine the bolts aren't there any longer.
No, it does make you wonder why they took it off, though.
Yeah.
It didn't seem particularly lazy or anything, so...
No. So like you say, it might be a replacement for the one that was... Because I assume there's nothing in the hole. Cause
No,
the
it's
wires
out.
are-
So it's possible that this is a replacement, or they had it rewound in 2016 and left it rusting in a footwell.
Which is the thing to do.
Oh, it's got more bloody spider ridge on it. Right, I'm going to go and attempt to put that back in the hole. You can make tea.
I'll make the tea.
'Cause we got told off last week for not drinking.
We
enough
did,
tea.
because mine was a bit dehydrated, weren't we?
Well, I think we were just drinking tea out of shot because we do drink an awful lot of tea and coffee.
We do.
It's a British thing. Right. Well, I'm going to go fit this. You make tea.
Okay, I'll make the tea.
Yes, I have put me cup of coffee in the most sanitary place I could think of.
And I moved mine as far away as I possibly could and put it on the van
Yes,
across
just
the way.
Don't touch the rim.
No.
That sounds wrong, I know, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Right, so in the poo down here, which I'm just going to trawl through, poo and hazelnuts.
Ooh.
Are they hazelnuts? Yeah, they
yeah.
are. They are hazelnuts, aren't they? We have a selection of bolts and washers. Ooh, that is nasty. And so, if that starter motor fits in that hole, which one must assume it does, I'm assuming, so we must have a bolt up in there, bolt there, nut and bolt at the top,
Yeah.
it's that one, and then in theory, but we've got a lot more bolts, they're different, so perhaps they're off for something else. And then, that's why we've got an ignition supply there.
Is there a bracket that bolts onto the back of the starter or anything like that?
No,
It's quite a chunky old...
No, it isn't. But there's the Cat 2, there's the wires.
Yeah.
So, is that an earth? I'm assuming that is. Oh, I don't. Yeah, that's. We're going to call that an earth because I don't want to put my hand in there.
No.
So we're assuming that was probably bolted there. That is the positive from the battery. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a cab supply there. That one's got to be cab supply. I don't know. That one's cab supply, isn't it? And then a trigger wire. And the door thingy's rubbish because every time I move forwards it attacks me.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is. In theory, and we've got one of them fuel primer devices, like the Peugeot ones that someone's put on afterwards.
Pumpy.
So if you throw me that 3-ton technically working starter motor,
Yeah. I'll go and get some 17mm spanners.
well, it's probably going to be of the Imperials, isn't it? CF2 going to be metric?
Well, that looks
Well,
like a 17.
It'll fit.
And that looks like a screwdriver.
Well,
No. This obviously, they couldn't get
so
it
that
under.
one there and its nut is the top starter motor feed. So I think we've got, where on earth to the engine electric onto? Don't know.
Well,
That has got to be a cab thing.
Jesus, that's
If
heavy.
it's a 17. I don't know. We're going to look. Throw that here. Oh, she is a bit of a enticed to Tessie, isn't she?
Yeah. Right, I'm going to take these bolts See if I can find.
Yeah, I'll keep that one a minute.
Yeah.
If I can, because that's going to have to hang this
Yep.
in there, like that.
Right. Okay.
Does that fit? It sort of does. Ooh. Oh, it's I'm just going to ignore the fact that the mat is squelchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
I'm not going to say that it's.
no, I don't think. I think it is just generally.
It's just what's coming through the.
Shall I have those two spanners? Can you stick your head under the bonnet a minute? There's this lead going here, which I think it disappears off.
Goes towards the front of the engine.
I think that is main cab power. It's got to be, which makes this possibly an earth.
Yeah, and that'll go on the very, very back.
Oh no, no, that's the heat start wiring.
Ooh.
Right, that makes sense.
Ah.
So we got heat start wiring. That's why that's a heavy core. Look.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, all it can create is fire if we've got it wrong.
Yeah.
And then that and the little trigger there and there, that's the cab power trigger wire. And I reckon this is different because this starter motor is not, it's set up to take a
Actually, going to want another 17 on.
you was about to say that's a 15. Was you
Yeah,
having
that
a
was
funny?
for the.
15 5/8 of an inch, you mean?
Mm.
Marvellous. It's impossible to get in there. I've lightened it by throwing the washer away. This door's really sharp and digging in the back of my leg. There. Boy, a health hazard in here and there.
We should really get some hazmat suits for stuff like this, shouldn't we?
This is not bad. You weren't working for me when we had to do my sprinter, were you?
No.
No.
It was like Rodent City.
They came home with us.
Oh no.
They were running around the inside the cab.
They were still alive.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they were full residents. When I opened the door, it was at the Wiltshire Wildlife Trust, and they've got a bit of a rat issue. You knew they had a bit of a rat issue, because when I was trying to pay for my vehicle, I was stood by the front office, and the rats were climbing up and down the bird feeders outside.
Oh.
I was like, it's a bit juicy around here now. And then I paid for me van, went and got, no, it was pretty gross. It's the only time when I opened the door, I put the key, I put the key in, and the cab was like this deep. And as I opened the door and sort of just leant in, a rat about that long ran out from behind the seat box, came across and shot up the back of the dash. If it hadn't have been a 210 5-cylinder, I'd have walked away then. But it was only 70 quid. So it was in a very big field. So what I decided was best to do was to avoid. So I opened all the doors, hooked the big blue recovery truck winch to the back of it, and dragged it across the field with all the doors open, backwards, whilst quite a large amount of rodents leapt out of it. And then we did open the bonnet. That was nasty. The only upside was they never got in the back. It was too well sealed.
Oh.
So basically, me and Dom, bless his soul, we got it back here, and I was like, right. So we had them little white sperm suit things, and I gave Dom, sorry all you animal lovers, a shovel. He opened the driver's door, I opened the passenger's door, and basically we steam cleaned the entire everything. Literally, I just pointed a diesel steam cleaner behind the dash. You've never seen so much rat shit. Luckily enough, with no rats. I think the rats must have evacuated on the way home. But I must admit, it was one of the most vile things I've ever had to deal with.
I bet the smell was quite bad too.
They'd eaten the entire wiring harness They'd eaten all of the mats, like the sound deadening,
Yeah.
all under the bonnet. I mean, the thing wouldn't go, nothing lit up. They'd eaten every wire off. And I basically disassembled seats, dashboard, the entire truck, and just kept Jay's fluiding it, and we replaced it all because they'd eaten the steering wheel, was all gnawed. The only thing, you know, when you like should have kept that. I didn't have a wiring harness, dash-based wiring harness, because I'd sold it. So I had to sit there and remake the 200 wire dash after I'd de-juicified it. And then no, we left it, I reckon, 6 months of pouring Jay's fluid, no seats, no nothing in it. It finally stopped stinking. It's a little green one sat in the workshop.
Oh.
It's nicknamed Ratfink. Dom just thought I was absolutely crazy. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It was really cheap." Which is why I can sort of understand where Timmy's coming from with his.
Yeah.
Yes, with his. This bolt is really annoying. It's just too tight to do with your fingers and near on inaccessible. And I don't want to lean on any of this stuff because there's all sorts of juiciness. Battery.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go and fire test again.
You fire test.
And we'll see if we get any illuminations.
All right, here we go with the battery.
Oh, yeah. We got ignition lights.
Okay.
Right. Blimey. According to the fuel gauge, she's full.
That's why Timmy bought it.
Well, shall we attempt, and I know we haven't turned it over by hand, but we could just attempt bumping on the starter motor to see if it turns, can we?
Yeah.
Oh. So is that a battery based issue or is that a shit starter motor?
I'll see if I can give this a little bit of a wiggle.
I reckon that's an earth-based issue, don't you?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me go and get Top Dongy. Right. Can we clip that on there? We can, can't we? Yes. Earth. Yep. Right, fire in the hole.
Okay.
You get the feeling that engine might be seized.
Yeah.
That the starter motor is fine and that the engine is stuck.
Should we get a bar on it and see if we can uncrank it?
I've upset the top dog and I didn't like that. See if it's got a crank nut on it. I don't know whether it has because it didn't like that at all. Got a crank nut on it?
I can't see.
I reckon she's stuck, isn't she? Well, let's just try jamming the starter motor terminals. Yeah, haven't got enough flash there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we were dealing with a stuck engine, not a stuck starter motor.
Yeah.
Right. Because they've been in there trying to bar that round, haven't they? So, how to de-seize a manky Bedford CF. Right, so we reckon she's stuck.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
And there's nothing to... We've got an accessible crank nut. We've got a towing eye. A bar eye underneath. What I was thinking is we could get the Muller and a solid bar.
Yeah.
Bump her backwards and forwards, see if she turns. because she's going to be stuck through. She's got two choices. It's mechanically seized, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Which means it's, and then that's the end of this. Mm-hmm. Or it's seized through being stood. I mean, the oil looks really, really clean. I know that, but if you...
Yeah, no, that is clean.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell bad or nothing. Which makes you think, unless they change the oil after it's mechanically seized up, that it's just minorly stuck. Because someone has had the rocker cover off.
Yeah.
I think we play pushing it backwards and forwards in gear.
Yeah.
See if we can get enough to break it free. Otherwise we got to pull injectors and pull stuff down cylinders and...
Right. Should we grab a bar and...
Well, the bar's in the back of the truck. It's as to whether there's anything to attach it to.
Yes.
I think there's a mount poking out the middle of that front axle, wouldn't there? You could hook a bar onto. Let me go and get the truck.
Let's have a look, see what we got.
Yeah. Go on, keep going. Take tension up. Keep going. It's elasticated one, Fudge. Should be right. Keep going. Keep going. Right. Hold there for a minute. Right. Engine might be stuck. This is not good news. Gear a pull then. Just keep boinking it. Hang on. Try it again. Just boink it.
Eh?
Just doink it, don't pull it. She's up tight, I reckon. Do it again. Yeah. Hang on. And again. And again. And again. No, hang on. Try again. No. A little bit more. She is solid. Right. Nah, it's wasting our time. That's why the starter motor was out. She's solid. Right. So it would appear that there's a bit more of a story to this CF than the one we were told. So she's obviously seized solid, which would explain the hanging off air filter with some black mechanics gloves gookied round it. The lack of a starter motor in the hole. It wasn't a dead starter motor. The thing is stuck fast. So basically what we've got to try and do now is de-seize it. Obviously what we don't know is what the story behind it is, as to whether it's seized from being stood or it's mechanically seized from running out of oil or something. This radio one is going to go in the bin in a minute because it's really, really, really annoying and in my way. Get in there out of it, thank you very much. Stay there. So, yes, they must just have failed to mention all this when they sold it to Tim. So, cunning plan. We'll have to pull all these manky injector pipes off, the fuel filter housing back off that we've just put back on. The starter motor can stay there, and see if we can get these things out. Great. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, got you. You can come out over here, can't you? Just break you off a minute, manky zip tie. Right. There's a slightly better access. Let me push that down there a bit. Yes, we can. Right. See what happens. Right, we have left this jollop in here for half an hour, and I reckon we're about to make a horrible mess, because I just bumped this thing. See the, she's shooting snot out, which means she's moving. So Jumpy Jump Start Pack doesn't like it, but it's definitely moving, so I'm going to get some rags, cover that over. And there's a possibility, once we've stopped upsetting the top donger, that we might get a turning over Bedford CF. Right. Come on, you shitty thing. I'm putting that rag back over. We are squirting snot everywhere, aren't we? Come on. Oh, right, here goes, people. That's going to make a horrible mess in here, and in my face. I'll just lubricate the inside of the vehicle, can't make it any worse. Ooh. Give the starter motor a break a minute. Nice. Make sure that doesn't get on the service history, you know. And she's moving. There we go. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, well, I didn't want to turn over. Whoa, exciting stuff. My lord. Stupid in-cab engines. Right. Just wipe that off the top quality stereo over there. Ugh. So, we have turnage. You might not be able to see. I can't see either. But we definitely do have the turnage. I'll just wipe all this. It'll only make it smell better in here, because it smells vile in here anyway, and it can't make it any more crap than it already is. So that. Look at that! Oil light. Oil light has gone out! Right. Puh. Right, so after a bit of fiddling and lying in some nastiness in there, we have the fuel system reassembled, so the injectors are back in. It would appear by the diesel piddling out over here that we may possibly have got a description of prime to the injection pump. I've just got to figure out whether we are pull on or pull off, and then basically we need to see if, one, we're not going to have many of the compressionals, because we know that, because we've been seized, and then two, if it's going to light off like a thingy, or is not going to have it. So it is genuinely quite horrible in here. I can see there's a rodent corpse down in there. Did I show you that earlier? I did. I don't want to get close to that. I mean, this is not really in the remit, is it? So, I think we go and churn on it, see if it does anything. It might fire on the vast amounts of penetrating oil. That penetrating oil, so that's Innotex graphite stuff. That was in there 15 minutes. So 15 minutes of pulling it backwards and forwards earlier, nothing, wouldn't even move an inch. Take the injectors out, dollop a load of that in there, leave it 15 minutes and hit it with a starter motor and it moves. The stuff is spectacular. It might be expensive a tin, but it's good. Right, let's see. Oh, it's vile in here. Right, char edge. Right, we don't seem to be getting much in the way of the fuels. So we're going to try pulling this here choke lever out, see if that does anything. Right. There does not appear to be any fuel coming out of that injection moly pump at all. Has it got a mechanical shut off? It's got an electric shut off. I wonder if that's what's causing the problem. Have we got any clicking? So that's excess fuel. Oh, he wonders. Ugh, it is horrible in here. Not helped by the smell of penetrating oil and dead rat. Where is me boost them now? I need me power probe. Power probe. Right, so what we need to do now is see if there's an electric shut-off solenoid on this pump. I've plumbed the power probe in on the inside of the truck because it's closer to the battery leads. Then we need to see if we've got power to this here solenoid here. And if we haven't, why haven't we? Where is my pair of... There it is. Should go click. Oh, we have got clicking, so she has power. Oh, I think we're going to have to dose it with a load of easy start. Not easy start, sorry, brake cleanup. Just go for the glories. And then we might go and get the big hammer and refresh this injection pump a bit. Right, so in the failing light, what we've assembled here is an injection pump refreshing tool. Now you may be getting confused, thinking this is also a carburetor refreshing tool. Totally different things. So we're just going to refresh on this injection pump a minute, just to make sure that it's fully rebuilt and that it functions and that nothing in it is stuck. And then we're going to give it some hot sauce, only a snifter, and see if it busts off, and then fill the whole place full of smoke and nastiness. So go in here, pull the excess fuel button out, leave everything which is there, and then squirt some hot sauce in the cylinders for extra fire, like fire in the cab fire. So I've got my head in there. Just going to remove my power probe before it gets flame grilled. And then for sense, we're going to crank it from over here because we've got some heaty plugs. Right, so basically it's the injection pump, she no injecting any diesel. Better come back to this tomorrow, I suppose. Right, we are back on it this morning. As you will have noticed, one, I've had to obviously change my kit from yesterday, because by the time I got home, I had to go shopping on the way home. I smelled a rat doo-doo, dirty penetrating oil, water, smelly shit diesel. It wasn't as non-rat chat. Wasn't very nice. So we're starting afresh today. So we have moved the top quality machine into the workshop using the forklift due to the slightly inclement weather. We seem to have an attack of that Welsh liquid sunshine today, and there are levels a man is prepared to put up with fixing smelly rat-infested Bedford CFs. So the problem we have at current. Oh, that is a bit ripe. Oh, that smells of sort of household recycling centre crossed with the sewage works with a bit of diesel and penetrating oil chucked in for good measure. So we've got the compressionals. She turns over now, as you'll have seen a minute ago. What we're not getting is any injection from the injection pump. So the injection pump is what I would assume is going to be one of those top quality Lucas CAV devices. So we have a mechanical fuel pump bolted on the side of the block, driven off the crank, I'm assuming, or the cam or whatever down the bottom. Crank, most likely. And basically, that looks fairly El Nouveau, like it is shinier than the rest of things. So we need to check that that is functioning. And then someone has fitted top quality Peugeot Citroen squidgy bleeder between it and the fuel filter, and we can get fuel. That bleeder has fuel in it. So we are assuming that we have fuel to the fuel pump. We need to check on that. We've already checked that the fuel pump's electric stop solenoid has a power feed, but that doesn't mean that the electric stop solenoid actually works. So I reckon what we need to do first is hock the electric solenoid out of the pump, which is in there in the rat doo-doo, and see if that is doing the openy closiness, and see if we can get any fuel out of the supply hole that's bolted into. Sounds like a cunning plan. Don't look at me like that. This is beautiful machine. Would you like to have a bit of a wafty this morning? Use.
Jeez, that smells
That's oh yeah. Yeah. That wakes you up of a morning, that does. I think we're going to need to find a dose of magic trees round here from somewhere.
We have to go buy a garage full of them.
Well, it's either that or we have got some hygiene TFR that the man from Safety Whatnot gave us the other day, or from Autoshore. It's caustic based.
Yeah.
It's for cleaning meat storage lockers or something. Apparently, it was like leftover stock. So I reckon that could count as a meat storage locker.
It could, but I've got a can of links in me.
Oh, I got there. There's some. Actually, we could get Africa in it, couldn't we? Africa in it, yeah.
That's what I got in mind, Africa.
Yes, yeah. There's one in the toilet, I think, on the side. That's what I'm going to go and get in a minute. We're gonna give it the Lynx effect.
So it's good. Skanky diesel.
And to be honest, anything's got to be better than
that's ripe, isn't it?
That is a bit. Yeah, I mean, I think unless the doors were open more yesterday, that's more rotten than it was yesterday.
So I open the window,
Let it out into the rest of the workshop. Thank you. You're terribly kind. Right, I'm going to drink my tea before I get in there and get covered in infectious stuff, and then we're going to attempt to fix this top quality Lucas fuel pump. Injection lines now, where have I put them? There. Right, as you will have seen a second ago, after some fuel pump manipulation, removing the stop solenoid, de-gooing it, putting it back in, we have the fuel injectionals now. So in theory, if we quickly slot these injection lines back in this beautiful, beautiful vehicle, we actually have diesel coming out of the fuel pump, and there is a possibility of smoke, fire and starting. Possibility. We might need gas masks for this, Fudgy, because I have a feeling this is going to fill the workshop full of smoke.
Okay, so I'll get us some breathing out.
I'm going to need some breathing out. But what we might have to do is be prepared to abandon ship and just let her run. Because I'm pretty confident it's going to blow a lot of nastiness out all over the place. We have fuel injection. Well, the injection pump is injecting fuel at this end. We put the fuel lines back on. We have lots of electrical battery devices hooked up to give it every chance it has. We've got some Yeehaw spray, and I might get Fudge to squidgy on the hand primer thing while we're cranking it, and there's a possibility it might light off. Fudger, I may need you to squidge on the top quality fuel priming device while we attempt turning this over. That's on your side, by the way.
My side.
Your side. So I'm going to give it a bit of a dose of Yeehaw spray.
Oh, yeehaw.
Right, down there, you'll see there's a fuel squidgy primer device, yeah?
Yeah.
No, lower. That one doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Oh, squidgy.
Squidgy. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to give it every hope it's got. We're not getting any fuel coming out here, do we? So we have discovered that the fuel lift pump is rubbish. Might look new, but it's slightly past its best. So what I have done is taken the line from the tank, put an electric pump in line, and I'm now blowing fuel straight at the fuel filter housing at pressure, which we are pretty confident is going to mean that the injectional pump will inject diesel. So what we're going to do now is char it over, see if we get any injectional stuff, and if we do, then I reckon with a lot of batteries hooked up to it, possibilities of 24 volts if it won't start on 12, we can fill the workshop full of fat smoke, can't we, Fudgy?
Yes, indeed.
Right, let's try it. Not much injection going on there, is there? We're not getting anywhere. What we've decided to do, we've got fuel to the pump. We can't get the pump to bleed through any sense, but we did earlier. The battery's dying, the starter motor's dying. Is we're going to go and drag it around the local area to see if that jollies the injection pump up a bit. We did have to sort of clean on the cab a wee bit so we could see, I could see out. You get the comfort. Yeah, you're all right, aren't you? Yeah, you've got heat seats and everything. So we're going out there, up there, round there, back again. Hopefully by then, yes, it's either that or the injection pump is junk, and we're going to have to do a part 2 and they'll hate us. Right, go for it, Fudgy. It can only go horrifically wrong, can't it? Well, hang on, I need a 17mm spanner tonight, otherwise if my injector decides to inject, I'm going to end up eating it all. Oh, God, why do I do these things? Right, so basically, everything is on, plugged in. We can see where we're going. We're going to attempt bump started. That's second, I reckon. I don't know whether this is going to work. Well, this is a stupid idea. It's probably a stupid idea, but right, we are moving. I am going to get covered in snot when this thing fires up, aren't I? I can just feel it coming. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Diddly-dee. She's injecting diesel. Oh! Oh, wait! Oh my God! Lost the tow rope and memento. Right, third time lucky. Yes, definitely did. I think we might find this on full fueling. Fucking hell. Yes, yes. Let's just let that dissipate a minute. Jesus Christ, man. That's pretty exciting in there. My Lord. That is wicked. Yes, that's definitely a runner, Fudgy. My God, I was like, it's taking off. She's fucking wide open. Oh, that is nasty. I had to stall it. Up, 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 up. I'm gonna have to oil the gas mask. I think we go up there, I'll bump it again. If it takes off, I'm just gonna shut it down. I've turned the Alecki fuel pump off. It might just run on what's in the fuel filler, alright? My God, people, that was an unpleasant experience. Whenever you are, up to Matt's, turn back round, come back down again, alright? Alright. Cool. It's alright, got the handbrake off now. Right, now I have dramatically reduced my life expectancy. My lord, I couldn't see a thing. I think you find there was quite a lot of penetrating oil, brake cleaner. She took off. She did take off. I thought she was going for gold.
Yeah, no,
I was trying to stall it because, of course, I've disconnected the fuel stop solenoid, haven't I? It was, yes.
All I could see in the rearview mirror was a cloud of smoke.
Anyway, now we've knocked 10 years off my life and polluted the British countryside. It's running. I think you could call it that. It's not very healthy, is it?
It's not very healthy.
I think that's 3 and a bit cylinders. What I do like, and we'll bring the people in here in a minute to show them this, is, do you see the degree of...
Oh, she's a chopper.
She's, I think they call that, the Americans call it blow-by, don't they?
Yeah.
I think we describe that as some crankcase pressure. And it's not running terribly clean. But I did manage to drive it from up there back here.
You did. And I followed behind and I couldn't see the road. I literally could not see the road.
Right, peoples, we're going to bring you in for a look at this. People, we're going to go for a look under the bonnet, and you're going to have to excuse the audio quality. It's not us, it's the fact that the CF over there is making so much noise that it's sort of, But if we go over here, I mean, I think that's about 3 and a bit cylinders. You look in there, can you see that? Look at that for crankcase blow-by. And the dipstick, look at that.
Like twice the tank engine.
Yeah. It might clear through.
Temperature's reading pretty good as well.
And then we got a fuel leak. It's pretty bad in here. Oh my lord. Look at that. Can you see the pressure coming out the crankcase? It's going to pack it. I really want it to stall because I don't think we'll get it going again. Shut that bonnet. That's the last time we're looking under there.
Yeah.
So, oh dear, I do feel a bit rotten. Can you get a diesel 2.3 Bedford CF that's been sat growing in a hedge near Bridport since 2016 that is seized solid, full of snot,
rat poop
and general nastiness to go? Yes, you can. I mean, that may be, to be honest, the radiator hose shut off just here, so we've had steam, but it's parked in a spot ready to be collected. So I think we're going to have to decide that basically this engine, if you fancied putting some rings in and picking the rat doofus out the valves properly, or I may need to reseat them, I think.
Yeah. Strip down, rebuild. You
pull the head off, pull the pistons out, put some rings in it. It probably would be quite. It might. I mean, it might come around. If you were brave enough to light her up uphill.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've done our best. I'm going to need a shower. I mean, I do feel physically violated at the moment.
That's your new clobber on as well, isn't it?
I don't give a shit about that. Was yesterday's clobber got ruined. This is. So I think we take the battery off, wind the windows up, and tell Timothy that his top quality purchase actually, structurally, it's in quite good nick. It's savable if you wanted to save it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Right, Al, Fudge, 6D Diesels, thank you very much. We'll catch you next week.